Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. In this episode of Hats Off to You, we are doing the 6th challenge road. Yeah, I know, 2 challenge roads after another. It's like number 1 and 2. That's because I've been busy the past week with other stuff, mentally preparing myself for the challenges ahead. That has nothing to do with challenge road, but you know, certain elements used to make challenge road a thing is what I've been preparing for. And apparently I'm able to walk with animations playing. Interesting that. I didn't realise that. But yes, as a little old Megumin, we've got our 6th trophy to earn, and funnily enough, the first level in this challenge road was a level that was actually suggested to me by the creator herself 2 days before the challenge road came out, so I would have covered this level at a certain point. Even though it is a bit short, I would have put it with something else. The game effectively did that for me. Thanks, Gears for breakfast. You pretty much did the other stuff for me, effectively, on planning this video out, because we've got the Metro Nyascent by Elsie, the same person who brought us a Hat in Crime. Just a little blue time rift that I made to take a break from my major projects. Hope you enjoy it. You say blue, more like pink, not purple pink. It is a blue time rift, but there's a lot of a pink aesthetic going on. Just simple blue rift focused around cat vacuums. You'll be doing a ton of bouncing around this level, and if you're up for it, there's a speedrun challenge as well, not a death wish. The goal is 1:30, so 1 minute 30, 90 seconds. So if you want to do some speed running without being pressured with an actual time limit, you just got to time yourself. And current world record is 48.96 seconds. That's quite impressive. A Metro style time rift. Hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start making full small maps like this in addition to my major projects. That way I have much more content coming out regularly. Stay tuned for more great maps. So yeah, that's the first that we're going to be covering, which is the first that I said that was actually suggested and sent a link to 2 days before the challenge road came out, so that's cool. No collectibles to grab in that one, but we also have the Temple of Hats, which is actually quite an interesting 1 floor purple time rift style kind of level. Kind of cool. Are you worthy of such power, says Kosher? That's not kosher, I'll tell you that. Prove yourself to the hat and pass its 5 trials. It requires every hat and the hookshot badge. It doesn't kind of specify that, but the clue's kind of in the thumbnail. You need to get through that zip line. That's quite an interesting level as well, with only 1 collectible other than the timepiece itself to beat them, because I don't think you can put levels with time that do not have timepieces, because how are you supposed to go to the next level? That's another thing I just want to make mention quickly about levels that I've previously talked about during Hats Off to You that I would like to cover, but I don't want to cover them because the only thing that is broken about them is either that they need to be recooked and obviously fixed so the timepiece shows up, or the fact that, like with Tail Queen Vanessa and MU Ninja Training, is that the timepiece doesn't show up. If those levels were fixed and the timepieces show up, they could end up in Challenge Road, even though the levels that I am suggesting are, for the most part, a little bit on the long side. That means it will just be a very short Challenge Road with 2 levels. Maybe you could do a big level, and then you got to do a small little time rift afterwards, and if you fail that 3 times, you got to do the big level again. Makes it more of a challenge, and you also get to show off a nice one. But at the same time, the MU one is built with Moustache Girl in mind, but I don't think that would matter since it's a mod anyway, and you could probably change on the fly, accessing the menu by pausing, but you know. Anyway, enough about talking, let's actually hop in and get this on. Yeah, that laughing is going to be plaguing me after this video, because I'm actually going to be recording the first of the challenge, well, no, not challenge road, Death Wish. They're interchangeable, they're basically the same thing. It's just that in this particular case, you're just playing a bunch of levels in a row with 3 lives in accordance to, you know, in comparison to the Death Wishes, which they are, you know, brutal, to say the least. This is taking a little bit longer than usual to load. I don't even see any black bars going on the side of the screens. Okay, that took about 20 seconds additional. That was a bit weird. This ain't that big of a level, so I don't know why it took that long to load. My computer was only turned on like 2 hours ago, so I don't know what that's about. Like I said, when it comes to mods or any game played on a PC, it can be varying depending on your hardware. That's why I prefer consoles. Anything that's on there, it's going to work, unless the game itself breaks. The par time for this level is 1 minute 30. Think you're speedy? Try beating it. When you get pride and accomplishment, of course, yeah, you get bugger all. And by the way, going through this level, we're going to pretty much having the when we're riding the trains in a time rift, so that's kind of cool. Yep, so most of it's kind of automatic, but you do have to do some sweet parkour stuff in order to actually get through this. We've got to run up the wall and then pull back after jumping, because you may need a double jump, and that may not be cool. So, pretty simple, this. It's quite automated, as I've already said. I'm going to slide down this, because I can. There we are. Don't need to hold forward, it will do it for me, because of momentum. I needed to jump there, and I didn't go, but that's fine, because if we lunge after that big sequence, we can retry it. There we are. Go Megumin. There we are, grab the ledge. So I forgot to jump there. So it's kind of like a Sonic level in a way with the bumpers and all that, because like you gotta, like, it's automatic for the most part, but if you don't react to the right time, that could set you back or potentially even lose a life. That's something I don't like. Are you serious? I think I had a checkpoint up there, but if I just fall again, it's like I'm right on the cusp of a checkpoint there if I avoided out, but now I've already lost the health. I don't want to lose the health again, if that makes sense, so I'll just make my way back up. It's not that big of a problem, though. That's one point where I can live without a checkpoint. So I'll just make my way back up there like before. Oh, that wasn't the time. Now's the time. There we are, grab that. Because when jumping on these guys, the camera kind of centers automatically behind you, but if you're not facing the right way, it can really swerve you. That's what I wanted. Because when you bounce off of this thing, it kind of like, yeah, flips you like 90 or 180 degrees, and it's kind of annoying. I'm not even holding forward. Hackett just keeps grabbing the wall, so that's a little bit annoying. But there we are. I think I nailed it. There we go. Okay. Camera's a little bit annoying there, but you can make it. These signs give me a lot of Mario 64 vibes, you know, 25th L is real, 2401 or something. Or the Dongo's Cavern, press the button to raise the platform. Remember folks, diving cancels momentum, but a double jump conserves it. This note was written by Newton's gang of questionable physics. I was about to say tactics, but I guess that's also correct. Keep that in mind, because as it says there, if we do a dive and then, well, just doing a dive, you don't have to cancel out the dive, but if you dive, you lose all momentum that you would be normally having at that time, but a double jump will keep that momentum even if you're not holding forward. As you'll see here, well, I've got to do it at some point. Hold forward here. Jump. Jump. There we go. And that's what it means by holding momentum. If I did a dive at any point there, I would have been at the usual diving speed, which is pretty much your normal speed. And if you can do a good jump here, that's a good shortcut. Problem is, there are no more checkpoints beyond, so I do actually want to fall down here and land down here for a checkpoint. Which is also kind of annoying, because that means I'm now going to do this. But if you are going for the speed run and par time, which is completely optional, not even tracked in the game, of course, just a little fun thing you can do to challenge yourself, you want to make the jump to this sign, which is pretty simple to do. Also, save yourself a little bit of... What the hell? Okay, that was weird. I was about to say, save yourself a bit of trouble by walking on top there, but it didn't work as intended. I'm actually doing this a lot easier than I did before, because obviously, for every challenge road, I know what I'm doing, because I want to make sure I get all the collectibles while talking about the level in general. I just literally fell all the way down. That was kind of bad. I thought I saved myself, but I overshot the safety margin and died because of it. Oh god, why? Please don't do that. Yep, it's going to keep doing that. Try and get back up here again. Like I said, if you're going to jump backwards and you don't hit the spring, you might have to go for a double jump, but of course you want to be holding back when you do that. So you actually move toward the spring and not back into the wall, because even if you jump away from the wall and then jump back to the wall for your double jump, you won't walk on that wall again because you've already walked on that wall. So you can't do a Mega Man X, basically. Also funny how I mentioned that, oh yeah, I'm actually not having much trouble and I immediately fail, but still I'm having less trouble than I used to. Right, careful with these, because if you touch these, they will chuck you off with a literal yeet. I'm not joking, it almost happened. And there we are, get through, stay here. Some of them don't move, some of them... There we are. Okay, well, he said it, but he didn't chuck me off the side. Well, hence the sound effect. They will just chuck you to the far left or right level and you respawn at the checkpoint. They don't do damage, though. But once you get past that, which on a walkable clock tower, by the way, which is not just a set piece like the ones in the background there, you can tell because it's got like some sort of flashing texture, I guess, so that's what makes it solid. Just use that, hold forward, and there we are. That's the first one done. Elsie, that's an excellent level, and only the camera angles were bouncing along the towers is the little problem that I have, and that loaded fast. I forget that the reason why the challenge road took a while is because it loads all levels in a RAM so that it can put them in all the way through. That's the thing. It's just all ready and available, so you don't have to wait in between each level. Forgot about that. But yes, this is the Temple of Hats, but we've actually got to make our way to the temple first, which is kind of interesting. So we've got to climb some of the alpines here. Some of the alpines? I don't even know if that's grammatically correct, but it's the location, so I don't remember this texture being a bit odd. Interesting that. But we don't want to go backwards, we actually do need to go in this direction, so we will do just that. You can actually walk around this rim, which you don't need to do, but you can see that the temple is right beyond up there. Look at that. I mean, if you can even call it a temple, because it's just a central platform that you have like with the middle bits of Wind Waker in those grottos, those battle grottos, and then you just got blue time rift stuff to interact with, which is cool. I mean, it's a very interesting premise. It's basically like, think of it as like an advanced tutorial for hat use. It does teach you how to use the hats pretty well, but there is some jank, I will warn you now. Right, I want to do a double jump here, stretch it out for as long as possible, grab the ledge, or make it. And that is a rift token just sitting right here. That's the only collectible we need to worry about. This is going to be a very short challenge road, so we'll probably do a couple of rift spins with the tokens that we've been getting from mods. Hopefully I won't clean out the rift roulette of mods, so that, you know, I won't have to go find more. But I probably will have to anyway, because we've kind of got all the tokens other than one in the main game, up to the point that I'm recording right now. I'm just about to start the Death Wishes proper. I've already done Beat the Heat, obviously, before I went into the Arctic Cruise, but that's all done. All the timepieces are gone. So about 46 timepieces. I'm only saying that for those who don't follow the main game, but just want to see a mod showcase, and they may be interested. So that's where we are right now at the time of recording this. And yeah, we have like a choice of different hats that we can go through. We've got, well, the entry that we just went through doesn't really require a hat, but it does tell you where you need to go, so that's that. But we've also got Sprint, Brewing, Ice, Dweller, and Time. One for each one. I'd recommend the Sprint one first, because it's actually quite simple. So what I want to do is, whoop. I recommend actually using just the Sprint hat. What we've got to do is just get in here, we'll climb quick, vault up, oh boy, and hit the button. Nah, I was too slow. It's because I kind of double vaulted when I wasn't supposed to. It's actually quite tight, this, but if you can get it, that's helpful. Well, that's not helpful. Did it! There we go. And now that hat is now gold, meaning that we have completed that segment. But here's something that I've noticed, that even no matter how many times I keep changing my LOD settings, which is low poly out of bounds or something, render distance and stuff, that barrel is one big old sprite. Until we get close to it where it actually materializes the model itself, it swaps it out. I can't do anything about that, so that must be like a choice from the modder themselves. Or that's just like a preset for all modded levels due to how they handle low poly stuff. Right, so this one's a little bit tricky. What we got to do is have a brewing hat ready, jump and throw a bomb, and we should be able to hit it. We want to hit it before we actually go, because there are balloons behind it. Then just hold forward. Bounce on the mushroom. And then, there we are. Just had to hold forward and jump near the end, but not when we bounce on the mushroom, because otherwise we'll end up underneath this. Blow this barrel up to have a quick lift. You can stand underneath it and not get squished. And the way that that kind of transitioned to the camera angle was kind of messing with my place of logic, I guess. But yeah, just jump when it goes up in order to bounce up here. Well, hang on a second. Did I miss something? No, that was just a... Wait, there is something! I saw something. What the? What? I never noticed this. It's what's his face from Hat and Crime 2? Why is he here? I thought when I went up, I saw something and I thought it was like some sort of like emote, but it ain't. That's the excellent prosecutor that we had to prosecute in Hat and Crime 2. That's weird. Why is he here? And why is he T-posing on the side here? Is he solid? I don't really want to jump down and find out. Oh, wait. I can actually check that. Can I stand on him? I can stand on him. I did not know this. Charlie was here. Hello, this is my mafia. What? I'm standing on your belly, by the way. You know what? This is what you get for doing to Luca. Yeah, I remembered the mod mafia's name. the mafia executive, as I call him. But yeah, that is weird. I didn't know he was there. I just saw him, like, when this went up. I didn't know he was there, but yeah, what I was trying to say is that we got to jump when this platform goes up. Kind of like how we had to in, what was that one? Green Clean Rooftops. Press that switch, get a bit of an applause, go through the Mario door in order to be walked back to where we just were. Look up, and that's now gold. But yeah, what I was saying was with, oh, which do I want to do, actually? I'll do the Dweller Hat, because that's kind of the usual basic stuff that we've done before. But yeah, with what we're saying about, like, the main LP at this point is I'm just about to actually start doing the Death Wishes proper, and if anyone knows me about Death Wishes, especially on the Discord, you know that I'm not exactly a fan of the Death Wishes, so it's been mostly mentally preparing as well as, you know, other stuff that's getting in the way. So that's all I really have to say on the delay on that, but... And that's also why I haven't been doing a lot of mods, because I haven't really been focusing on that. Oh, shoot, I did that wrong. I should not have deactivated my hat at that point. Dang it. The problem is now is that even though we have a checkpoint here, even though we don't get a checkpoint prompt, we're going to wait for that platform, if you touch it, to go all the way to the end before it comes back. Hey! You're leaving me! I didn't think it was going to start again without me. Okay, so as soon as you land on it, it will not stop. That's annoying. I was actually going to cut out the waiting, but I'm learning a lot of new things at the moment. It's kind of putting me for a swerve, because, well, there's not really anything that I need to miss at this point, but... Okay, where's the platform? Thank you. I was about to say. But yeah, as you can see, it's just the usual stuff that we've done before. When it enters the bubble, we got to counteract it with our own Dweller bubble. When it goes through the red, obviously, it doesn't work regardless of what we do. I've got to activate this here now, so I can jump on it, and then jump out, and jump on it again. Just basic platforming, goes in and out of a bubble within a bubble. Jump before it zooms all the way back, that's not going to be fun. And now we just got to do the usual on and off. Wait for it to recharge. Fast Hatter will keep you going. Don't need to go to the top. There is a zipline here, but you don't really need it. You can just jump across with a lunge, hit this button, go through the door, and that segment is clear. We have done all the easy ones. Now we've got the hard ones, and for both, for the most part, it's hard for the wrong reasons. I hate to be a pessimist, but I'm just going to tell you right now. The problem with the time stop one, which is the easiest one of between the time and the ice hat one, is that this is easy for the fact that what you got to do is just, you know, get through it. There's no checkpoints, but we just got to use that, lunge across, jump out of it, then head back a bit. But the problem is the camera. Because it's such tight quarters, you can't see what you're doing because the camera keeps getting stuck on the gears. So when you lunge through and jump out of it because you're running through, because of how fast they spin around, it's not recommended to just run through because they'll still push you down. Unless you're really lucky on wall climbing on the side of this cylinder. But now we've got the two final gears. We've got to jump up these gears onto that platform, and we've got to do a double jump lunge. Do I? Yeah, I do have no bonk. I haven't changed my badges since the last Challenge Road episode. Challenge Road hat in time. Hats off to you even. You know what I mean. And, yeah, there is no cylinder in between these two gears, so you can't take a breather. And even if you're trying to see, the camera won't let you because you just can't see around. So what we got to do is that. Jump over here. Jump over here. Double jump. There we are. Hop over. Do not grab. I haven't actually talked about these big heart ponds, actually. They're a full heal. Problem is, if you fall and you haven't got a checkpoint in a certain segment, it'll actually spawn you on the one right after the initial zip line over there. So that one's a waste, even if you take only one hit of full damage. But these are full heals, that's why they're big. They actually do have that property. So I want to do that. Got to do at least 2 lunges across in order to make it. But there we are, hit the button. And I got through that unscathed, effectively. So that is awesome. So we've still got 6 heart ponds in reserve. And now we've got the ice one, which is quite janky, in my opinion. The first half is not a problem. And you get a checkpoint halfway through. It's the usual stuff. Just use the ice hat on the switches. And that one will just bounce you up. This one's a jerk move. Wait. Ah! Unless you had the camera like this, it's like a double fake out. This will bounce you up. But as soon as you land, you're going to have to move. You've not got any rest time. Obviously, don't get stuck on the little pillars. And that right there is a checkpoint. It doesn't tell you, but there is. You can use the ice hat to become temporarily invincible. Which, again, is why I say this is like an advanced tutorial. If you didn't know, you are actually invincible to certain things when you're an ice statue. But you can only take 1 immunity hit, and then the next one will knock you out of the hat, unless you let go of it yourself. So, keep that in mind. And we actually do need to use that mechanic in order to get through this. The problem is, there are kill planes everywhere, so even if I wanted to cheat with the wing cap, I cannot. So we'll walk around this way, because even though there's a lot of room here, there is an invisible wall stopping you going both ways. So you can't do that, and I could have climbed back up on the wall there over the edge, but because the kill plane is literally right underneath, that was a dumb time to go. Yeah, that would have been... I could have saved myself, but it wouldn't let me. You're able to jump across the sides, though, by doing that. Now, here's another problem. 2 heart ponds you can't really avoid. I pressed jump. Why did I not jump? Don't give me this, Mario bollocks. I was about to say, there you will have to use the... You basically have to use the hat invulnerability at least once. And if you're... Okay, we're stuck in between these two, right? I'm not going to get hit. But that flame did not touch me, and yet it still counted. The hitboxes for those flames are a little bit bigger than visual. And that's not really fair, in my opinion. I wanted to show that off, because that didn't look like it hit me, in my opinion. You may say otherwise, but I'm pretty sure that visibly didn't hit me, and yet that counted. Here we are. Crack. Just notice that I've actually got a visible crack. And I'm not talking about the bottom. Oh, the hat didn't regenerate in time. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Right. Little potato man, you're always my favourite. Wait for that to go. I can't really do anything about my health situation, so if I'm going to have to lose a life, then fair enough. Actually, I can't remember if I've been counting the deaths of the challenge road for the other stuff. This needs to regenerate quick. That's not good. There we are, I've got knocked out of it, but we do have a couple of invincibility frames when we do pop out. With that, we just do a double jump lunge, jump onto the switch. There we go! So I didn't actually die, even though I mentioned it. Use this to... Oh, there we are. Use this to get back up. It looks like it voids you out, but it doesn't actually hurt you. And I did not have the fast hat badge, so maybe that was my issue. But I prefer no bonk, in my opinion. I would like the fast hatter on all the time. Sometimes I call it the Mad Hatter badge, out of habit. Because, you know, Mad Hatter... Alice in Wonderland, Kingdom Hearts, stuff like that. It's just in my head. But, you know, it's more easier to say than Fast Hatter. But there we are. We've done the challenge road. That is another trophy in the bag. And there we are, 6 trophies, 1 for every challenge road, haven't missed a single one. And even if I couldn't cover one, I would still cover the levels about it and get the trophy in my own time on the final possible day if I can't record it. Because I need 2 computers to record this game, optimally, in the quality I want, and I'm not going to sacrifice that. But yes, we have done that, and how many do we actually have right now? We have 12 tokens. Sorry for the cut, I had to look at my notes to make sure I didn't have any leftover tokens. We have 4 spins in total for the ones that we've grabbed in the level, as well as the 2 different directions that we went through the last challenge road, because I haven't actually gone back through the levels in order to get those timepieces from the challenge road again. I haven't actually done that, because I don't really need to do that. I mean, I might do it in my own time or something on this file, just so that's how many mods we've actually played. But for now, that is 4 free spins for us for the next episode of Death Wish, or for the first episode that we cover on the main Death Wishes themselves, other than Beat the Heat, obviously. So let's go do a couple of spins, see what we get. I mean, it was a short one, so we might as well just use these up. And hello! What's with the names breaking? Also, that's just an image of what it is. But, yep, you know what that is. That is the Champion's Tunic. We've got the blue-like design, as well as Link's, muddy, blondish, brownish, chestnut hair, I guess. I don't know colours, apparently. I'm not colourblind, I just don't know colours. Yeah, I guess that would be more of a chestnut. It's the same colour as the boots, actually, now I look at it. But yeah, this gives us kind of like the, I mean, I actually like how that Hat Kid's cape isn't white, like for the white highlights of the tunic. It's actually black, like the Hylian hood that you would buy. So, I mean, you could probably have the Hylian tunic as well, which is just, you know, a red with a few, like, armour patches. But this actually works a lot better. We've got the Champion's Tunic, which would probably be quite awesome to go into, even though I do like my Megumin build. I have to think about that. I'm still using her weapon. And her hat flare. Okay, so that looks like... Oh, actually, I don't think we've got anything left. I think we're already out. I might have to go find more. Ah, yes! Anyone who's an Undertale fan, we've got a Muffet die. You can't beat my spider dance, spider dance, spider dance. Yep, this is based off of Muffet from Undertale. So, yeah, we got that. I mean, it kind of like looks like a reddish brown, but not too far to be burgundy, if that makes any sense. Which is actually kind of like the right colour for a Muffet. Let's see how other hats look. I mean, that would probably be a little bit more accurate. Oh, I like how shiny the hat wing, the wings on the sprint hat look, actually. I like that. I mean, it's all the same colour. Oh no, the visor's shiny as well. Huh. I like that. What else have we got? Time stop hat. Actually, no, that looks more like Muffet, because you got like a little tea hat. The machine's empty. Oh, no. Well, you know what? I've got 6 tokens I can use elsewhere. I'll probably just go gather the other quote-unquote timepiece/mod rift tokens from the other levels that we've done from the other challenge road, including this episode, because I always have the graphics sharp anyway, just in case if you do it outside of Challenge Road, because that will be equaling a mod rift token anyway, so that would be a thing. So I might go get those before I do the next episode, I'm not entirely too sure. But with that, guys, that's the end for this episode of Hats Off to You. So I hope you guys check out all the rest of the mods that we do. Feel free to suggest more in the comment section or on the Discord, in the link in the description below. And I will see you guys next time for any more Hats Off to You or a Hat in Time. See you guys then.